So you're thinking about selling your home, huh? Fun times. I mean, it's a big decision. A little bit exciting, a little bit terrifying. Kind of like a first date or a new job. And if you're like most people, you're probably looking at that nice listing price and thinking, wow, all of that's gonna be mine. But hold on one sec. Unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that that final amount you'll actually pocket is going to be quite different from that dreamy listing price. And look, it's not that you won't be taking home a nice chunk of change. You very well might. But there are a few, let's call them surprises, along the way that's going to eat into that final number. So today, we're going to be diving into the real cost of selling your home and all the little and big things that can chip away at your profits. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to expect and you won't get blindsided. All right, let's start with the big one, agent commission. So, the real estate agents. Yes, us amazing folks that are the pros who are gonna make your home selling dreams come true. But we're not exactly volunteering our time. The typical commission is somewhere between 5 to 6% of the final sales price. And that's usually split between your agent and the buyer's agent. Now, I know you might be thinking, can't I just sell it myself and save on the commission? Technically, yeah, you can. And that's what's known as a for sale by owner, or FSBO for short. And that route works sometimes. But in most cases, unless you're a real estate pro yourself, hiring an agent is definitely worth it. And why is that? Well, it's because a good agent doesn't just list your home and call it a day. They'll handle everything from pricing to marketing. They'll negotiate for you. And trust me, they're the ones that are dealing with those phone calls, texts, and emails from potential buyers, which is worth every penny. But that commission does take a big bite out of your sales price. So let's break it down. If your house sells for $500,000 and you're paying a 6% commission, that's $30,000 off the top. Now, if that number made you wince a little, you're not alone. It's a big chunk of change. But remember, it's an investment in getting your home sold quickly and at the best possible price. All right, now that we have digested that commission number, let's move on to staging and repairs. Because here's the thing, buyers are a little picky. They walk through your house analyzing every little thing. In fact, that squeaky door that you've been ignoring for years, yeah, that buyer is gonna notice that in 2 seconds and they're gonna start imagining all the other problems that they might find. So it's worth putting a little time and money into making your home shine. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go out and do a full renovation or knock down any walls and create an open floor plan like you on HGTV or something. Just stop it. I mean, sure, if you want to go for it, do it. But smaller fixes will often do the trick. Start with the basics. Patch any holes in the walls, tighten up those loose doorknobs, and if your faucet is dripping, get it fixed. Little things like that may seem small, but to buyers, they signal a well-maintained home, which can make a difference in their offer. Then we get to staging, which is all about helping the buyers imagine themselves living there. Studies show that staged homes not only sell faster, but it can also get you a higher price. And this isn't free though. If you hire a professional stager, it can bring you anywhere from a few hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on the home size and your needs. And it's not just furniture. Sometimes staging means decluttering, rearranging, or even renting a few pieces just to add a little style. The goal is to make your home feel inviting, but also neutral. You want buyers thinking that they can see themselves living there. And let's not forget about curb appeal. First impressions matter, and that starts the second the buyer drives up. Sometimes it's as simple as mowing the lawn, adding some fresh mulch, or trimming the bushes. You might also want to add some colorful flowers by the front door or get a new welcome mat. These details seem small, but they create an immediate warm welcome that can really set the tone for a great showing. All right, moving along. So let's say your home looks amazing. Buyers are impressed and you've got that offer. But then comes the closing costs. Now you might be thinking that closing costs are just for buyers. Not exactly. Sellers have closing costs too, and they're worth factoring in. On average, closing costs for sellers range from anywhere around 1 to 3% of the sales price. They typically cover things like title insurance, transfer taxes, and the escrow fees. There can also be fees for things like the home warranty or even prorated property taxes. So let's stick with our $500,000 home example. If your closing costs are around 2%, you're looking at another $10,000 off the top. Yeah, that's more than a few bucks. But again, these costs are all part of making the sale legal, smooth, and finalized. Another thing that sellers often overlook are the moving costs. And look, unless you're planning to pack your whole house into your own car and hope for the best, you're gonna need a moving plan. And if you're moving across town, you might can get away with spending just a few $100, especially if you have some strong friends and a rented truck. But if you're moving to a different state or across the country, those costs can add up fast. Some people spend thousands of dollars on moving, especially if they need professional movers, packing services, or temporary storage. So add that to your potential costs. And now, let's chat about everyone's favorite topic, taxes. Yeah, Uncle Sam always has a way of getting involved. But the good news is, if you lived in your home at least 2 out of the last 5 years, you may be able to avoid capital gains tax. That means you can potentially exclude up to $250,000 in gains if you're single and up to $500,000 if you're married. This is huge because it means you don't have to pay taxes on that profit, which means you can save thousands. However, if you don't qualify, or if that profit is higher than those exclusion amounts, you may be facing a tax bill. Oh, and don't forget about transfer tax, also known as moving money around tax. Not every state or city has one, but it's worth checking out because in some places it can be a significant cost. Transport taxes are often a small percentage of the sales price, but hey, every little bit counts, right? All right, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. Say you list your home at $500,000. After your agent commissions, closing costs, staging expenses, repairs, moving fees, and any taxes, you might be looking at taking home closer to $425,000 or less. Now, I didn't even touch on paying off your mortgage if you have one. That's a far cry from the $500,000 sticker price, right? So, here's the takeaway. Selling your home is exciting and it can be incredibly rewarding. But it's important to go into it with both eyes open about the real costs. I hope this breakdown helps you plan ahead and avoid any surprises. There's nothing worse than expecting one thing and getting another. And hey, selling your home doesn't have to be all about the numbers. This is a huge milestone, and if you plan it right, it can be a really smooth and satisfying experience. With the right expectations and some preparation, you'll be ready for anything the process throws at you. Thanks for sticking with me today as we broke down the cost of selling your home. If you have any questions, thoughts, or even better success stories, drop them in the comments. Let's help each other out because at the end of the day, that's what makes the process smoother for everyone. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my video on what buyers are looking for when buying a home. Thanks for watching, happy selling, and I'll catch you in the next one.